Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is Samuel Brown, aka RBT, coming at you with my special 20,000 subscriber Q&A. And I want to start off by saying thank you guys so much. You don't even know how much it means to reach 20,000 subscribers. You know, I quit YouTube a while back thinking, I wasn't really good at this, like I was wasting my time. I decided to come back for a bunch of different reasons. And just like that, my channel has grown more in the past few weeks than it did like the past 2 or 3 years combined. So it actually makes me feel like it was everything I did when it comes to YouTube was worth it. All those hours and days I spent editing, recording, making videos was actually worth it. I didn't think it was meant for me, but maybe it is. So I don't want to spend way too much time, but I just want to start that off by saying thank you guys so much. And what you see in the background of this video is just some pack opening footage that I did. I opened up a bunch of packs and I just wanted to have some background footage, so that's what you're seeing in the background. But what I'm going to do is answer as many questions as I possibly can and fit as many as I can into this video to match, the background footage with the pack opening. So I'm going to try to be as short, as sweet as possible, but I want to try to answer as many questions as I can. I am going to try to pick out the best questions because there was like 150 left on that video, so I definitely can't answer 150 questions in like an 18-20 minute video, probably a little bit less than that. So I'm gonna try to pick out the best, but still try to answer as many as I possibly can. So the first question asked comes from DMAV1206, who says, if you could meet any football player ever, who would it be? And I would probably, off the top of my head, I'm thinking Cam Newton, but a lot of people from around where I live have met Cam Newton. I mean, I'm from Alabama. He played in Alabama at Auburn. So that wouldn't be as special, although, I mean, obviously I'd love to meet Cam Newton, but somebody like Tom Brady, I would love to meet. It seems like it'd be special meeting a guy like Tom Brady. Next question comes from Amaze Zone Tone, and this was actually asked a couple times. Ask, how old are you? I am 20 right now, but I turned 21 in like 2 weeks, so I'm pretty much 21 years old. And here's another question that was asked multiple times, and it's been asked a ton on my channel before this video. And this one specifically comes from Tommy Glodo. And he asked, what does RBT stand for? And if you are original on my channel coming from like 5 years ago, you know this because I probably answered this a ton of times in my really old Q&As. But simply, RBT stands for, and I have a story behind this that I am going to share with you guys. It stands for Red Bama Time. And let me explain. I joined a football recruiting forum, which is rivals.com, when I was like in 7th grade. And it was really weird because I was on that message board forum with like 30 and 40 year olds posting as like a 13 or 12 year old. And nobody knew how old I was. But anyways, that's just the name that I made on there was Red Bama Time. Red came from Red Sox. I'm a Red Sox fan. Bama came from obviously Alabama. And don't even ask me where the word time came from. It just was at the top of my head, I guess, when I was writing it down or typing in my name. But I want to pretend that it's for the Titans, but it wasn't at the time. So I could say Red Sox, Bama, Titans, but it actually means Red Bama Time. But anyways, when I would always post in that forum, when people were replying to me, they would refer to me as RBT for short, and that just stuck. So when I made this channel name, RBT just stuck with me ever since then. Shadow Gaming 12 asks, when were you born? I'm, like I said, about to be 21, so I was born in 1995. Got Jukes asks, what Madden did you start on? And back in the day, all I ever played was NCAA. I was from the get-go an NCAA player. I mean, I play Madden every now and then, but I really didn't start playing Madden until they stopped making NCAAs, which was the worst day in the history of the universe. But I always played Madden a little bit, but not nearly as much as I did NCAA. And if they ever bring back NCAA, that will 100% be on my channel. So what was that, like Madden 13, Madden 12? I can't remember, but around there. Jacob Bruckelman asked, did you think you would get this far, and how do you feel? And I kind of mentioned this at the beginning of the video. No, I did not. Like, I've done YouTube for about 7 years total now. And after about 6 years, I finally decided this wasn't for me. And I thought I just wasn't good enough and it wasn't in my cards. And then I leave, come back, and my channel just grows out of nowhere. And you guys don't even understand how much that means to me. So no, I had absolutely not a doubt in my mind that this wasn't meant for me and that I would never get this far. And I've kind of proved myself wrong. So, and that 100% thanks to you guys. Here's another question that got asked multiple times in kind of different forms. But Ethan Young does ask, what made you want to be a YouTuber? And the first sole reason I ever made or ever got a capture card, which started as kind of my gaming career on YouTube, I was playing Modern Warfare 2, which is the GOAT. And we were playing Search and Destroy. I threw a throwing knife across the map, like literally just randomly threw it up. And it hit off of a plane. If you guys remember, what was the map called? Afghan. Hit off the plane on Afghan, bounced off, and landed in somebody's head for the final kill and the kill cam. and I was just going insane, and I was so heartbroken that nobody will ever get to see that ever again. And I was praying that somebody in that game was recording that, and I was like, I've got to get a capture card. And that's when I got my first capture card, and I actually started doing gaming content. And I actually made my first ever YouTube channel, which nobody will ever find out what that is, unless you're just an absolute genius and king and you can find it, but I think it's still up there. I made that like in 2009. I think I was in 6th or 7th grade. Me and my friends just made a bunch of just random videos on that. I don't know why we did it, but we just did. But that, I guess, was actually my first channel. But when I really started getting serious about YouTube was when I got my first capture card. Devin Irwin asked, what's your middle name? It is Jacob. Boys Ariola / Castillo says, can I be in the Q&A? Nah, man, you can't. MHS Gaming says, when did you start playing video games? And I mean, I was young. I was really young, like maybe 5 years old. I'd have the Game Boy playing Pokemon all the freaking time. I think that's actually where I began. I mean, I would play on the original Nintendo, like Mario and stuff like that, but it was around that time. I was probably like 4 or 5 years old. Bob Dead asked, how old are you and do you have any older siblings? I already said I was about to be 21. And if you watched my sister draft, you saw that I have a sister, and a lot of you did see that. And she is my only sibling, and she is older than me, and she is about to turn 26, actually. She doesn't look like she's about to turn 26. Well, she turns 26 in July, but she's 25 now. Hayne Stewart asked, have you ever had a girlfriend, or do you? I do not have a girlfriend right now. Have absolutely no desire to have a girlfriend, just not a desire of mine at all right now. I just can't even imagine with everything I'm doing in life right now. School, YouTube, getting ready for my next bodybuilding competition. Man, I can't even imagine. But I did have one serious girlfriend. Well, I guess it's really unless you count 6th grade, I had about 17,000 girlfriends. But aside from that, I've only really had one serious girlfriend, and we dated for a long time. Like, you've probably seen her on my channel, maybe. Did she make a video with me on my channel a long time ago? I don't know, but we dated for like almost 4 years. Was it 4 years? I don't even remember. But yeah, things just didn't work out. I mean, she's a great girl, and I really did care about her, but I mean, not everything works out in the end, and I hope she's happy. Oscar Murph 232 asked, have you ever broken a bone? Well, I did fracture my very lower vertebrae on my spine. And that's what ended my sports career. I played football as a quarterback in school. I played baseball, and I dove while playing third base, and it didn't even hurt at the time. Like, I didn't feel any pain at all. And I go to practice, and every single time I got finished with practice, it would just hurt so bad. And by the time I got home, I literally could not walk. I'd have to crawl around my house. It hurt so bad. And like, I would pitch a game after that, and I would be okay for the first few innings, and I'm not kidding, my fastball would drop like 30 miles per hour after like the second inning because my back pain was just awful. And we finally decided to go to the doctor, and I had a fracture of my spine, which I played the last month of the baseball season with a fractured spine, but that pretty much ended my sports career right there. But that's the only broken bone or anything I've really had. Mobile Games ask, what's 9 plus 10? And that would be 24. KP Ballers is asking about the shirt that I wore in my last video. It said, nothing works unless blank. What does the shirt say? It's bothering me. I guess you couldn't see it. It said, nothing works unless you do. I got that shirt for free when I ordered some stuff from tigerfitness.com. Skiggle1 asked, what's your major? And I am majoring in exercise science. Aaron Meeks asked, what is your favorite game to play? My favorite game of all time, that's not the question, but it's NCAA by far. My favorite shooter game is Modern Warfare 2 with Call of Duty 4, or maybe World at War being a close second. Man, if they would ever bring Call of Duty 4 or Modern Warfare 2 onto the next gen console, I would probably be the happiest man in the world. But as of right now, my favorite game to play is probably FIFA. I really do enjoy playing career mode on FIFA. It's probably my favorite thing to play right now. Oscar Murph 232 asks, do you have any hidden talents? Honestly, no. Like, I really, everybody out there has a talent in, like, drawing, or just some basic talent like that. I don't have any talent, honestly. Probably the best talent I have is probably, I'm a pretty good writer. That's probably the best talent I have, to be completely honest, is writing. I don't like, people have those generic talents, like everybody seems like they're either a good drawer or this or that, a good singer. Me, nah. Cousin Clutch asks, what's your favorite pre-workout flavor? That's a tough one, if we're being honest. I'm always down for something like blue raspberry or maybe like fruit punch. You can't go wrong with fruit punch. Fruit punch like always been my favorite flavor like my whole entire life when it comes to anything. So The safe bets, fruit punch. I love green apple stuff too. So fruit punch, green apple, or like some type of blueberry, blue raspberry type thing. Chris Brunker asked, who did you watch before you started YouTube? And if I'm going to answer this question, I have to go back. Like I said, I made my first ever YouTube channel back in 2009. It might have been 2008 actually. I said 2009 earlier, but that means who was I watching like in 2007, 2008. And my favorite YouTuber back then, you're probably going to laugh, was probably Shane Dawson. He used to be absolutely hilarious. He's just turned kind of weird now. But back in the day, man, Shane Dawson was just absolutely hilarious. And that was probably my favorite YouTuber back then. LA34 Nation asked, what state were you born in and what state do you live in now? I was born in Alabama and I still live in Alabama. The 3 Gamer Bros ask, who is your favorite YouTuber other than yourself? My favorite YouTuber, I have a couple. Like pretty much all I watch. I don't watch that many Madden YouTubers. I watch a couple, but I mainly watch FIFA content and some fitness guys on YouTube. Favorite YouTuber is probably Nick28T, a dude that's inspired me. I've followed his channel. I've taken kind of some of his tactics from his channel, learned from him, and try to incorporate them into my channel too. So that's something. He's a Twitch streamer too. So I watch pretty much all his videos. He's probably my favorite YouTuber as of right now. There's another guy I've really learned to like recently with the name of AA9 Skills. He actually makes some Madden content too on his second channel, but he's mainly a FIFA YouTuber. He does FIFA career mode videos. So I'm mainly into watching FIFA stuff right now. Kimmy Kibler asked, do you have a job other than YouTube? And if not, what would you be doing if you didn't do YouTube? By the way, congrats on 20,000. Keep it up. Great work. Thank you, Kimmy Kibler. But no, honestly, as of right now, I do not have another job aside from YouTube. Right now, I'm just honestly trying to focus on finishing college. I have about 1.5 years left. Well, actually, no, I have about a year left, man. But I'm trying to focus on that. Honestly, don't know how people in my stage right now have a full-time job. Like, hats off to them, man. Like, that's absolutely just insane. Like, I can't even imagine having to go to school, having to work the rest of the day, having to go home, study, do all your coursework. That's the hats off. I don't know how they get that done. Not saying I don't work hard. Like, when it comes to making YouTube videos, it's not an easy job. Like, it isn't at all. But obviously, compared to, you know, like labor work and stuff like that, it's not as physically demanding. But I just don't see how they go and work 30-40 hours a week on top of schoolwork. That's just absolutely insane. Justin Thompson says, what town do you live in? I guess I don't mind saying this. I live in Mobile, Alabama, which is pretty much the very southern part of Alabama. All Madden 18 asks, who is your favorite all-time NFL and NCAA player? And honestly, I saw this question before and I was trying to think. I don't really have an all-time favorite NFL player. I can't even, not one person comes to the top of my mind when it comes to favorite NFL player. But now for NCAA player, you'd think since I'm an Alabama fan, I would say an Alabama player, but it's not. For some reason, I always go back to that 2007 college football season. There was so many teams that just came out of nowhere. And you had teams like South Florida, Kansas, like ranked top in the country. Hawaii was up there, went to a BCS Bowl. And 2 of my favorite players from that year were 2 quarterbacks for those 2 teams. Kansas had a guy named Todd Reesing. He was a short guy, but led them almost to the national championship. That guy was insane. And also Colt Brennan for Hawaii, man. He had so much swag. He was so good, man. I don't know how he didn't end up being that great in the NFL, or just not even getting a chance to start. But those 2 guys were my favorite all-time NCAA players. I bet that a lot of you don't even really know who they are, but just Google like their highlights or pictures of them. They just had so much swag. Todd Reesing, man, he was such a leader. He was just like 5'10", 5'9", and he still about led them to the BCS National Championship. A team like Kansas out of nowhere. Mr. Awesomeness asked, how do your McNuggets feel? They are fine now. I feel like the second day after they got hit, I was okay. KP Ballers asked, if you were trapped on an island, what are the 3 things that you would bring? Probably like a TV remote, let's see, my glasses, and a basket, because those 3 things can't help me survive. And if I was trapped on an island, I would just probably want to die. Gaming Central asked, what golden ticket would you rather have, Trey Walker or Landon Collins? And obviously, as an Alabama fan, I would love to have Landon Collins. I tried to open up a lot of packs the day he came out, and obviously didn't get them. Justin Gambrel asked, have you ever been hunting or fishing? You're probably going to be very surprised, because me being from the southern part of Alabama, like everybody I know has gone hunting or fishing in their life. Well, I used to fish all the time when I was younger. Like, I was pretty much going fishing every day of my life when I was like up to about 12, 13 years old, and me and my dad just stopped going, and I have not gone much since then. But I've never gone hunting in my life, never. And completely honest, I just don't have a desire to at all. It's just not something that I really enjoy or would enjoy, I think, and that's just not really how I was raised. Like, my dad never was into that kind of stuff. And Connor Dempsey asked, what are you going to school for, and what do you want your career to be? Well, like I said, I'm going to school for exercise science, and I just want my career to have something to do with like rehabilitation, fitness, that kind of thing. I'm really into nutrition, something to do with nutrition, and I'm going straight into grad school once I graduate from the college I'm going to now. And I'm probably going to end up going to Alabama for kinesiology when it comes to their graduate program. But we'll see, and we'll see where that leads from there. Blaine Guerreri asked, do you play any sports, or did you? And like I said, I did play football, I did play baseball, I played quarterback for the football team, and I played everywhere in the infield. I pitched as well for baseball. And like I said, I stopped playing after I fractured my spine. But right now, currently, it's not necessarily playing a sport, but I compete in bodybuilding. I'm actually getting ready for my next show. As of right now, it's not until August, but I don't necessarily consider it a sport. It's listed officially as a sport, but it's really just like a show. Wyatt Carson asked, why don't you upgrade your 87 overall team with all those coins? Because I don't necessarily just want to upgrade the team just for the sake of doing that. I want to spend my coins wisely just for videos, and not really just for my team to play online, because completely honest, I don't play games, honestly, unless I'm recording for YouTube. So there's no real purpose in just upgrading my team for the sake of doing so just because I have the coins. I want to save them and use them for videos. Silent Gaming says, I'm your favorite Madden YouTuber, right? Not even close, bro. Not even close. Another question from Tommy Glotto. He asked a pretty good question that I get asked a lot. He asked, why are you a fan of the Red Sox, Alabama, and the Titans? Well, I'm from Alabama, so pretty much when you're born in Alabama, you have to pick between Alabama or Auburn, and I picked Alabama. And aside from that, we don't have any sports teams around here. Our closest sports teams really are the Saints, you got the Falcons, you have some baseball teams in Florida, you got the Braves, and I just never was drawn to those teams, ever. The reason I became a Titans fan is because I didn't really have a favorite NFL team, and I loved Vince Young in college. They drafted Vince Young, I started to watch him, and I just kind of fell in love with the team and been a Titans fan ever since. And then the Red Sox, man, when I was young, I was such a baseball fanatic. I was like 7 years old, and I could spit out player stats like it was nothing. I could tell you the backup left fielder for the Colorado Rockies name and what his stats were the year before. Like, it was ridiculous. And when I was younger, I was absolutely obsessed with Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa was my favorite player by far. Like, he's probably, the amount of love I had for Sammy Sosa when I was younger is never going to be broken by anybody else the rest of my life when it comes to athletes. But I didn't really have a favorite team. And like I said, I was in love with the sport of baseball. It was my #1 first love. And my mom was a school teacher, and I would always go to her classrooms, you know, after school and stuff. And she had a teacher there that taught with her, man, and he was from Boston, another baseball fanatic. And I would always talk to him about baseball. He would give me all these stories about when he was younger. He would skip school, take the train to Fenway Park, and he just got me obsessed with the Red Sox. And that was back in like 2002, 2003. And like I said, man, just got me completely obsessed and in love with the Red Sox, and I've been a fan ever since. DDJ410 asked, what was the best vacation you ever had? And that, by far, is the 3 trips that I've made to Boston to see the Red Sox play, man. Nothing beats going to a Red Sox game. I've been to Alabama games, Titans games. Nothing beats going to Fenway Park and watching the game. To the city of Boston, man, I've just fell in love with it. Just an amazing city, man. And I'm probably going to go back there this summer, maybe twice. I'm actually planning on going there 2 separate times this summer to see some games. I've actually seen 17 Red Sox games in my life. I've seen them play in Atlanta. I've seen them play a bunch in Boston. I have some family in Texas. When I was over there, they were playing the Rangers, so I went to a game. They've never lost. In those 17 games I've been to, they've never lost 1 game. Here's another question that I get a lot. It's from John Lyford. Will you ever live stream, preferably on Twitch? And I would genuinely love to live stream on Twitch. Like, if I could, I would. But honestly, I cannot. It's genuinely impossible for me to. I tried to. I got the software, got everything ready and organized, started the stream, and within like 5 seconds, it turned me off and said my internet speed was not fast enough. My internet speed here where I live is pathetic. It's like my upload speed is 0.42 megabytes per second. This video right here, if it's about 20 minutes long, will probably take me up to 8 hours to upload. So if I ever get better internet speed here, like I think it takes at least 1 or 2 to be able to stream on Twitch, I will happily start streaming on Twitch, but as of right now, I just can't. Kind of wish I would have ended the video off on a better question, but the very last question I'm going to answer in this video comes from Gabe Lynch, and he asks, why are the Titans bad? I don't know, man. Honestly, they just, the defense bad, offense bad, inconsistent. Nobody could run the ball. The line was inconsistent. Just not enough talent. So many holes to fill. And I think they honestly can get it done with these next 2 drafts. They made some amazing moves in the offseason. Some amazing moves. I think Mariota's going to continue to develop. I think DeMarco Murray's going to be so fun to watch. Is he going to stay consistent with the Titans? I don't know, but he's talented. He has the talent to do so, but the question remains if he will. But the receivers, young, very talented as well. So it's a very young team. That's the theme. It's a very, very young team. And we've signed some veterans like Rashad Johnson and some other guys. And we could add some more young players in there that can develop as these younger guys turn into your veterans. I think we could be setting up for a pretty good team here in the next 3-4 years, but it is going to take some time. But anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this Q&A. I hope you did enjoy, and I'm sorry if I didn't get to your question. I did try to answer as many as I could, but I might have to cut out a couple because I'm trying to fit the portion of me answering these questions into the footage of the video. So I apologize if your question didn't get answered, but hopefully you guys will understand because I had like 150 questions and this video could only be about 18 minutes long. But once again, guys, thank you so much for 20,000 subscribers. Like, I wish I could come up with words to describe how I feel about it, because it's crazy, you know, doing something for like 7 years and then just finally realizing, man, this just isn't for me. I'm just not good enough. Like, it's just not in my cards to do that. And you thought it was all over. And stopping, and for some reason coming back, not expecting a thing at all. Like, I was expecting everybody to be inactive, nobody to be here on my channel anymore. And the fact that I've grown more in this past 3-week span than I did like the previous year, maybe 2 years combined, like, to actually feel like you've accomplished something and that you've actually feel like you're going in the right direction after years and years of failing, that means more than words can describe, man. So thank you guys so much for that. And if you're new to the channel, guys, and you want to subscribe, please do so. That would just be amazing. I just want to continue here on YouTube, and if I continue, and I'm actually enjoying making content now, guys, and that's a big reason why I stopped before. For some reason, I just stopped enjoying it, and now I think that kind of reflects itself in the quality of my content. I think it's better quality content because I'm actually enjoying recording. I know I'm not the best at Madden. I know nobody watches my channel because they want to watch great gameplay, because that's not what I bring, because I'm not good at the game. Hopefully I get better. But for some reason, at least 20,000 of you out there, almost 21,000 as of right now, I might have broke 21,000 by the time I upload this video on Monday, but for some reason, at least 20K of you out there enjoy watching me for some reason, and to know that, that's just insane. I know this might not seem like it's a big deal to a lot of you out there, just being 20,000 subscribers, but to me, this is just like, this is a sign of hope for me, man. Like, and it just means a ton. I'm gonna stay motivated, I'm gonna stay grinding, stay producing content for you guys, and let's just see what we can do from here, and let's just keep growing as a channel together. But with that said, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. If you've been paying attention at all to the pack opening in the background, my god, that pack look was just pathetic. I bought like 30 all-pro packs. I guess in total I bought a couple single, bought like 33 all-pro packs along with like 15 to 20 pro packs, just regular pro packs. And I got like, what, 5 elite players? Like, what? But anyways, that's beside the point. That cost me like $100 for like maybe a return investment of like 50,000 coins, but that wasn't the point. The point of this video, thank you for 20,000 subscribers. I will catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.